Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, September 15th, looking at Window Trader's market profile of SPY IWMN triple Qs. And I'll tell you what, we really can't ask for much more, right? We're getting range, we're getting volume. Again, the volumes are better than average already, with the after hours still to go, and you're getting volatility. That's what we need, right? Much better day I had today than I did yesterday. Although yesterday is going to take a bit to get back. Let's go over some of these indices and what transpired today. So remember, inside day yesterday for triple Qs. They came out of it to the downside, A through E, and got nothing for it. Sellers failed miserably. We take out the opening, get above there, finally take out their IB, and they go trend. So they have two sets of single prints. They have single prints. This is where change took place, above A's high. You have single prints in G, you have single prints in L, and they price probe. They almost took out yesterday's high to try to have an outside day up, but they did not do that. Russell does have an inside day today. They have no single prints, they didn't probe, but they do have an inside day. So it'll be interesting tomorrow, whichever the way they come out of it, to go with it and monitor it for continuation or lack of. For us, it looked like we might have an inside day. We almost took out the low in A. We didn't. And we didn't take out the high till M. Now, today's high is 448. What is today's high? 448.41. So we didn't take it out by a lot, but we did. I mean, I guess you could kind of treat it as an inside day. But more importantly, here's things to look at. We go out with a trend day. Change took place above D and ripped. We end with three sets of single prints that hold, H, G, and F. However, a couple of interesting things. Value is only unchanged. We could never get value to overlap into higher. So this is like the sixth day in a row where value's either been unchanged or lower or overlap into lower. We'll see if that changes tomorrow. That's number one. Number two, we do finally get above that price probe from Friday and close above it, right? We spent 3 days in it until today when we finally get above it. But we close below the 20. Value's unchanged. Here's the next big step. H is high from Friday. We have not seen it, right? So, yes, we're back to balance on the daily. But we have not seen H's high since Friday. So we're going to see if buyers are getting their act together prior to the expiration and the Fed. I can tell you what happened today. Sellers attempted again to get the low. Remember, we said we made new lows, but it took 6 times to fill that gap from back in August. So they were very hesitant below when they made new lows on Monday, Tuesday. Today we didn't even make a new low. So once we got going above B and D, plain and simple, whoever was short since Friday afternoon, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we had tremendous chop. They finally panicked and ran for cover. That's exactly what happened today. Now, as far as my trades, again, after being burned yesterday, so basically what happened at A's low today is what I was looking for in A's low yesterday. I thought when they sold off, we would hold value. And remember, value was overlapping a higher yesterday when I took that trade. It was actually higher when I first started. So what happened in A today, and I didn't take a trade, was what I thought would happen yesterday. Pull back and then get back at least to the opening. Day late and more than $1 short. I can tell you that much on that loss. So what did I do today? I did take one short. Well, the first trade I should have taken was when we came back through the opening to take a short down to the low. I did not. Instead, when it came back up, I took it. But as soon as it got back above the opening, the 446 put, I took it off for a small loss. Then in deep here, I didn't do anything. I said, this is just ridiculous chop. I'm staying out of it. I did nothing. A, B, C. D made a new high, came back in. I'm like, well, at least we're one time framing up. So when it pulled back, I took a long. Nothing big. And I used C's high and A's high as my out, which is what I did. So that worked out. Then in F, I was like, well, we're not getting much. We're 6 for 6 wide. We have unchanged value. I took a small short in F. It started going up. I added some. When it pulled back, I got out of some of it. When G opened and exploded, I went long. Now, I still had some of the puts, but they were small. But because they were running, they went against me fast. I bought size calls. I bought 200 of the 445 calls. Too bad I only held them for 20 cents because I'm trying to hold on to trades longer. When I saw, 20 cents, I had a really bad day yesterday. I'm like, well, there's $4,000 right off the bat. I was down 1,000 on the puts. I'm like, let me lock in $3,000. Boom, I did it. Obviously, I should have held. I didn't. So be it. And then in L period, I didn't take the short the first time against the 20-day moving average, and I'm upset at myself. Again, I'm a little hesitant after yesterday. I didn't take the long down there today. I didn't take the short the first time, and it pulled back. It would have been a nice short. I did take it in L when it took out to 20, but I like maybe they're going to let M have the honors of taking out yesterday's high, so I took it right around L's high. It was a 50 lot, came in, took it off, so that was a decent trade. So I had two small losses in, one. I had a small loss in A. The short loss in F was fairly sizable, but the call play certainly it was a 4-to-1 play from the gain to the loss. So it was a good day overall. So again, chipping away against what happened yesterday. As far as destinations for tomorrow, we have today's high at 448.41. Then we have 448.92 daily high. And then those single prints, 449.39 to 49 from the 10th and 449.71 highest accepted price from the 10th and 451.49 daily high. For the downside today, it's a little interesting. Well, first we probe, so I'm using L's high of 448.17. Then we have three sets of single prints, 447.15 to 10. That's J's low to G's high. Then we have 446.91 to 16, H's low to F's high. And then we have 445.94 to 57, G's low to D's high. And then we have 443.44, today's low, and 443.22, yesterday's low. Please write these down. I am not repeating them tomorrow morning. So it's important for the trend day to hold because there's a vacuum down to today's low if they take this trend day back. I was also looking, before I get to the chart real quickly, for longs in J and L, but not where they were. I was like, I need this to flush more. I wanted H's singles to fill, get into G's a little bit, and then I would have taken probably another size 446 or 445 call play. Excuse me, but that never happened, so I didn't do it. And then on the chart, now remember, charts are subjective. It's an art. A lot of people are going to say the weekly's back in balance. And that's all well and good. I'm still saying the weekly's down. The only thing that would change that is if we take out last week's high, and then we'll be back in balance. But if we don't, then we'll have to take out this week's high next week. So right now, the monthly, once again, is very healthy. The weekly is balance. The weekly is down for me, and the daily is back to balance. Now, I think another thing that fueled this rally, SPY goes ex-dividend Thursday night. I think a lot of people were hoping that we did go and test this 50-day moving average. Because what more could you ask for than to load up at the 50-day moving average and right before the dividend, right? So I think what another thing is, people who wanted to get long for the dividend, once we went trend above D's high, also started chasing to get involved to have some stock for the dividend. Again, I think it was short covering, momentum buying, and dividend buying that fueled this. We'll see if it continues tomorrow. Again, just like I said the other day when I got crushed on the long, the 20-day moving average is going to be pretty important tomorrow if we open inside today's range. Hope you had a good day trading. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.